So the first condition is that all the data which is collected out of this business created by the combination of Jio and Facebook will be stored in the Indian soil. Hello friends, Pradeep here. And in this video, I'll be telling you the key takeaways from the recent merger which happened between Jio and Facebook. Facebook acquired 9.99% of stake inside Jio at a valuation of $5.7 billion, which comes to around 43.574 crores in Indian rupees. Okay, so what are the key takeaways from this merger? What are the plans of this merger and how it is going to impact normal life and day-to-day life of an Indian? All right, so let's get started. Before I begin, in case you are looking for a counseling or consultation regarding scaling your business, if you have a business or you are thinking of starting your own business, you can go to the link given in the description box below, fill up the form, and me or any of my team members will approach you and we can do a further consultation to how we can take your dreams alive. All right, so with this, let's begin the video. Also, in case you're wondering what am I wearing, this is a handmade hand-woven shawl from Northeast India. If you want to buy it, you can go to the link handicrafts.pahadizones.com. The link will come in the description box below and you can make the purchase. Of course, the products will be available after the lockdown is over. So with this, let's begin the video. What is the key takeaway from this merger and how it's going to work? The working principle is very simple. There will be an app which will be jointly owned by Jio and Facebook. Of course, both will have some stake on that app. Both will have defined ways of operating on it. The first way how it's going to work is you install the app in your phone. The name of the app has not been declared as of now, but for now I can tell you how it will be working. All right, now this is from the statement given by both Mark Zuckerberg and Mukesh Ambani, and this is how it's going to work. You open the app in your phone, it will take you to a listing, a few of the listings, and inside that listings you will have an option of contacting the person directly through WhatsApp. So the person who is listed will receive the WhatsApp message and will contact the buyer or the contacting person or the consultation or the consulting person, and post that the sale will happen. All right. So let's take the example of the industries that it's going to affect. Number one is the local vendors, the local shops which are operating everywhere. So the moment you open the app, there will be a listing of the shops which will be there, and local shops mostly selling day-to-day items, groceries, handmade items, everyday items that you need. All right, local shops mostly. Or it could be an advanced version of those shops like cake shops, restaurants, local items mostly. So you have the option of contacting this person through WhatsApp. The moment you open WhatsApp on it and then you contact the person will be responding to you, and post that you can post your requirement, you can ask for your queries, and the seller will reply to you and you can make the purchase. And of course, the payment gateway is already there. Jio already has a payment gateway. Also, WhatsApp has integrated payment gateways inside its app. All right, so this is how it's going to work. Now, what are the industries it's going to impact? As per the recent announcement, the industries mostly that it will impact are the local vendors, the local shops. That is like confirmed. Second will be mostly students. I don't know how it's going to target students, but student is one of the criterias, one of the target audiences that this merger is targeting. I think how the students will be impacted is through the training courses. As you see, due to the current scenario, a lot of training institutes, online training institutes have started. So you can contact the training institute and the person will be delivering the training through sharing app sharing or videos, whatever it may be. But overall, students will leverage this. Students will take benefit out of this vendor, out of this merger. and this app. All right. Another industry it's going to impact is, I think, fitness and health related industries like yoga sessions and exercising sessions. All these can be leveraged. A person who is a trainer can have live conferences, live training sessions, and train the viewers whatever training it usually imparts. All right. So far I can decipher is that these three industries it's going to impact, apart from a lot of others which might be announced later on. All right. The interface will remain similar to what I'm just saying, and it might be slightly different. All right. And only time will say how it's going to work. So we have to wait for it and see how it goes forward. All right. Well, just to let you know that I was going through some news in the media that in this merger, in this acquisition of 9.99% by Facebook from the Reliance Jio, there were two conditions laid by the Reliance Jio team before the Facebook team. All right, what are the two conditions? Number one is that whatever the data that will be produced out of this business created, and whatever the transactions or whatever the data and the identity and the transaction details plus the communication, everything should be stored in the Indian soil. Okay, this is the condition which is laid down by the Reliance Jio team before Facebook team, before this merger. Of course, it has not been agreed yet. All right, so the first condition is that all the data which is collected out of this business created by the combination of Jio and Facebook will be stored in the Indian soil. This is the first condition. And the second condition is that whatever this data is, it should be easily accessible to the government enforcement agency. So the government enforcement agency, whenever they want, whatever they want, they can get access to this data. All right, these two conditions were laid down by the Reliance Jio team before the Facebook team, which has not yet been approved by the Facebook team. What I think is that Jio will take a stand for pushing forward the first condition that it's trying to get it approved from the Facebook team, that is storing the data within Indian soil, because the company interest is paramount for them. However, for the second condition, I think Facebook will not compromise on the data security of its customers, of its clients. It will not easily share its data with any government agency. So far, I think. All right, this is not my opinion, but this is what I feel could be the situation. Okay, in this minority stake holding by Facebook inside Jio holding 9.99%, how is this going to impact other businesses? Is it going to disrupt other well-established business? Well, let's take the example of Amazon for starters. What happens in Amazon is that from a buyer's perspective, you open the Amazon app, you see the listings of the products arranged in sequence in accordance to their prices. You choose the product, you make the purchase, you either pay now or COD, cash on delivery. All right. So you are not concerned about where the product is available, from which city it is brought, under which city it is manufactured. All right. You're not concerned about that. It's totally the product that you are searching for. All you do is choose the product, make the purchase, all right, and or COD, whatever. You're not really concerned about who the vendor is, from which city it is brought from. You're really not concerned. But this will not be so in this case, the merger between Jio and Facebook. All right. From a buyer's perspective, you will see the shopkeeper or the seller listed and how far it is from you, from your location. All right. So you will have the geolocation positioning. So you can find out how far the seller is available and how long it will take for the seller to deliver the product. All these things you can, find out. Again, this is my imagination. This has not been declared or has been announced. It is totally my imagination. This is how they are going to operate. So from a buyer's perspective, you will see the listed items. I mean, the listed items is how you used to see in Amazon, but here you will see all the nearest vendors. For example, you are searching for notebooks, right? So you will find the nearest seller of notebook to you, and you can contact him through WhatsApp. He receives a message, and then you either make the payment online or he gives a COD. Again, this is not fixed. This is not announced. All right. This is again totally my imagination. All right. So now from a seller's perspective, this is going to help them, because what happens in Amazon is that a lot of sellers who are listing their products on Amazon, they are not able to get good margin. All right, they always have to ensure that the prices at which they are selling it is lesser than the products available offline, because if they don't, their listings goes down and they don't get a good margin out of selling their products. What will happen here is that they will get good margin, and if all the sellers are moving from Amazon to this new version, this new app, then what would Amazon do, right? It cannot do a lot of, disruption. So from a seller's perspective, this will be beneficial. But if this entire search will be based upon location. All right. So if there are a lot of vendors selling in a particular area, which is densely crowded, then in that case, he'll not be able to get a good margin. But then again, he will have competition and he will have heavy demand for his products. All right. So let's take the example of a particular city. Let's take the example of Mumbai. If the seller is selling his products in a particular area in Mumbai and there are a lot of sellers in that area, then he will have a lot of competition and he'll not be able to sell it at a huge margin, at a good margin. All right. So, but even then he will have a lot of queries coming to him. All right. However, if the vendor is listed in a remote city where there isn't a lot of population, he will not have a lot of competition from other sellers, but at the same time, he can increase his margin. All right. So from a seller's perspective, this can help. This is again my point of view. And of course, the disruption will come for Amazon. Amazon can feel the heat. All right. So with this, I end this video. I hope I shared some valuable content over here. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I suggest you hit the subscribe button so that I can keep bringing to you informative videos relating to business, sales, and marketing, and ways in which you can scale up your business. All right. So with this, I say goodbye. See you next in the coming video. It's Pradeep signing off.